4,700 pounds, pretty much on the nose. Little 26-foot box bunkhouse Starcraft coming in down here at Advantage One RV Brokers. Only used a couple times. Folks just weren't really using it. It was sort of a dip their toes in the pond to see if they were going to camp kind of thing. They ended up not camping a lot and said, well, hey, Haylett's, can you sell this for us? So we said, you bet, right down there at Advantage One RV Brokers. That's what we do, so that's why she's here. Now, if you're familiar with RVs, then you're going to look at this model and be like, oh, this one, yeah, I've seen this before. Everybody and their brother is going to make something like this, and they're going to look very similar, especially in the case of something like this, where Starcraft is actually a subsidiary of Jayco. So what Starcraft calls the Autumn Ridge Outfitter, Jayco would call the J-Flight SLX. They're not identical. They're not clones. They're sisters. There is a little bit of a difference there. They're not twins, if that makes sense. They each do a couple things the other doesn't. But what you're going to see on this one is that you're basically getting a new RV at a used price tag. Look at the toilet. Look at the oven. The original shipping plastic is still on this stuff. In a way, it's almost concerning to me that some of that was left on there, because it sort of indicates to me that this wasn't like quality inspected from the dealership where it was first purchased. But thankfully, I don't see where that ever burned anybody, because everything in here looks pretty darn good. This is more of a basic starter camper than a flashy full-time glamper, but it gets the job done. You've got taller ceilings, they're 6'9", and that means, you know, some nice tall cabinets. Down below here, I also like it. They were not stingy on drawers in this little kitchen, nor did they skip out on a place to put a wastebasket, which is something I see a lot of brands miss. So it's never over-the-top flashy equipped or anything, but, you know, sufficient. It gets the job done. For someone like me, I get to camp like an average of 2 days a year. Statistically, that's sadly true, because when you work in this business, you don't get to camp much. This RV would be perfect. Closing that up, taking a look around here. I was happy to see that it has central air. I think that was a good feature to find in here. It's not an entertainment-focused camper, but it actually can have a decent entertainment setup. You can mount a TV on that wall, and one of the cool things that you have available to you over here, like you see the RCA cables hanging down, but behind that Bluetooth stereo face, it actually drops down. There is a DVD slot back there. And kind of like everything else in the RV, it doesn't look like it was really used. These cabinets are basically a clone of what we just saw in the kitchen, so some decent storage overhead there. And parents, grandparents alike, you will really appreciate the window over here that allows you to overlook your campsite. Not to mention you do have a kind of frosty window in the entry door for light, as well as a full viewing window over here for the bedroom. And you can see pleated shades through this. So, as opposed to metallic mini blinds. Nice little thing here. You know, the furniture is simple, straightforward, not going to cost you an arm and a leg, and frankly, folks, factory flawless. I mean, look at the general condition of everything here. The seating is gleaming. The tabletop is gleaming. Just because it wasn't used doesn't mean it wasn't kept clean by the previous owners, and that's a really key thing. A lot of times when I see an RV that gets not used, I see an RV that gets not well maintained, and I don't see that here. This looks to be fantastic. Did you note, too, the little like power outlets under that dinette? Very, very handy feature. Similarly, on a rainy day, you'll appreciate the power outlets for both the upper and lower bunks, and not to mention individual lights for the upper and lower bunks. Now that taller ceiling will really be useful over here in the bathroom space. That 6'9" tall, you know, shower means that even a, you know, person like me can stand there, because to meet plumbing code, RVs actually do have to have a step, well, not RVs, travel trailers need to have a little bit of a step up in the bathroom. So this one, even when you step up to the tub to leave room for the plumbing and the platform below, you'll obviously have plenty of headroom up there. That is not shower surround paneling, and I want to address this. It's nothing you should be scared of, though, because like you look here and you go, oh, that's surround paneling. This is actually just wallboard, but it's no big deal. Fleetwood did this for 40 plus years or whatever, guys. It's not scary. When you're done taking a shower, you take your towel, you go like that. That's all it takes. You have to leave water on a panel for it to be a problem. You turn that fan on up here I'm sorry, it's not a fan, it's just a vent. But you open the vent and let some cross breeze through. It wouldn't hurt to maybe upgrade that to a vent. That's easy stuff that we can assist you with down the street at Haylett RV, though. There's power off this light up here. I'm sure we could jump it over. That would not be the biggest thing in the world. If that's what you need, you give us a call. For things that I call like screwdriver work, don't let it mess your head up. But again, the shower, not used. The tub, not used. The toilet, obviously never used. Still in the original shipping plastic. Look at the gleam and the glimmer on the sink over here. This is just... it's brand new, guys. That's the only word for it. It's basically brand new. Let me... which way do I want to turn? Sorry. These are 600-pound rated bunks, by the way. 300 per sleeping space, and since it's a double sleeper, double the number, and there you go. We already talked about that. We do have, you see your speakers up top in the ceiling here as well. And very similar to its sister, cousin, whatever, Jayco, every AC vent is both vented and louvered, meaning it can open and turn, or close and turn. You get the idea. You can open, close it, and turn it like, you know, it's easy. Now, both the dinette and the sofa can fold down into extra sleepers. There is storage below both of them. There is only about half storage below this sofa. This side of it has storage below it, whereas both sides of the dinette bench have storage. You might have noticed we are in a carpetless, easy cleaning floor plan. It's also an open design. Jayco does, the sister does like a half privacy wall here, whereas this is kind of like in a Forest River inspired fashion with a full open privacy wall and a curtain. So if you want to pull that curtain across, you can close this off. It's a small little bunkhouse. It's not like it's a private suite at the upper end, you know, hotel chain of your choice. It gets the job done, though. If you want a private space where you can get up here and get dressed, you can. That is a camp queen, but folks, they left your room for a true queen, and you'd still be able to get around it, which is nice. The bed can lift. There's storage below it. Very CPAP-friendly side stands on both sides of that. Hanging closets both sides. I like to always note whenever, you know, if you have a privacy curtain, that's great. Let's make sure that we still have an AC vent on the other side of it so the bedroom doesn't become an oven at night. And hey, as you see, it does! Down below the bed, we've got ourselves a nice large pass-through here. It looks like all the basics are in this like very simple sewer hose, not used, thankfully. When I say used sewer stuff, I generally try to encourage folks to take that with them or dispose of it, because, you know, gross. Thankfully, these folks were not gross. They were super cool. Simple side mount solar prep plug, and I'll give this thing some serious credit. They put the biggest power awning on it they possibly could. She's got a big power awning right here. I generally, I like the look, I like the colors. It's late model, virtually unused. It, you know, maybe at worst needs the very most lightest, basicest of a bath, but short of that, it looks absolutely fantastic. The tinted windows here helping keep the sunshine and the nosy neighbors out. The tires look stellar. The underbelly doesn't have any kind of special enclosure package. However, it does not have any sort of exposed piping. That's kind of something similar to what our Wildwood X-Lights do and the Grey Wolves do down at Haylett RV. All of the piping is actually run through the floor so that it's never completely exposed. I think it's a simple thing and it works very, very well. The worst I've been able to find on this RV, guys, so that you know, like when I see something, I say something. I try to find things that aren't ideal. There's just, this thing's too new. It's missing a marker lens cap. Oh no! You know, no big deal. So this has 5/8 floor decking. It's got 3/8 roof decking. You walk all over the roof if need be. You know, it's a very nice camper. It just hasn't been used and it just needs a home. I mean, that's really all you need to know about it. By the way, right behind that rear jack, there is a gas grill quick connect as well. So if you want to do some outdoor grilling, griddling, we're gonna call that the RV Nerd Cooker Hooker, where you can hook up the cooker right there. And this one's good to go, ladies and gentlemen. If you are looking for your first RV, or if you want to try camping out before you go crazy into a brand new one down at Haylett RV, this is the ideal way to do it. Late model, very low use. It's actually so new you can probably still qualify for same as new financing. This thing is a good deal, folks. So give us a call. We do it all with the help of Haylett RV just down the street. We are Advantage One RV brokers. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.